Hello, my name is Catherine Delve and I work for West Country Savings and Loans. My presentation today aims to raise awareness for financial well-being. You may well be wondering what a credit union is. We are a not-for-profit ethical community bank who want to promote financial inclusion within the communities that we work for. We at West Country Savings and Loans work with people who live in Devon, Somerset or Cornwall or work within that area. On this particular project, we have some partners. We are working with Great Western Credit Union, who are based in Bristol. We're working for Somerset Credit Union, and they are based in the Taunton and Bridgewater area. And Mendip Community Credit Union, who are based in the sort of Frome, Glastonbury area. And we are all working under a project that's been sponsored by Somerset County Council. And the aim is to promote financial inclusion within the Somerset area. If anybody does choose to deposit money with us, the money is protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Financial well-being is really important to all of us. It's about being in control of our finances, understanding where our money goes, understanding how we can make our money work hard for us, and also where to go in those particular instances where we do have unexpected demands on our finances that we all have from time to time, and we may not be prepared for them. We want people to feel in control and equipped to be able to deal with those unexpected instances and where to go for help if they can't deal with it. And why is this so important? Well, for many people, when they are struggling with their financial situation, it causes them anxiety, it causes them stress. It may impact on their physical health as well as their mental health. It may impact on their ability to carry out their day-to-day jobs, and not just the ability for them to be able to do things, but it may also impact on their friends and family. We know that people who have problem debt often suffer with mental health issues as well. At the moment, many people have money worries. We're hearing about it on the news all the time, and we are in unprecedented times of financial crisis where things and costs are rising much quicker than they have done in the past. And for many of us, we will not have experienced this in our lifetime. So what parts of it are people concerned about? Well, they're concerned about rising costs, rising interest rates, which may impact on their rent and their mortgages, rising costs of heating their homes, rising food costs and transport costs, which impact on all aspects of their life. So people are worried about how they're going to afford to pay those bills, how they're going to be able to meet their commitments with their current income. At the credit union, we want to encourage good money habits. And some of the ways we can help people to achieve financial resilience and have good financial well-being is firstly to help people understand where they can go to borrow safely. We want them to have managed debt levels. If they do need to borrow money, that it's manageable and the repayments can be met comfortably. And if people borrow with the credit union, we will ensure that that is the case, and we will only lend to people who can do that. We want to encourage people to make short, medium and long-term plans. So that means saving for things in the future, saving for Christmas, maybe in the short term, or saving for a big expenditure next year, maybe a big celebration for a special birthday or wedding anniversary, or to buy a larger item for your home. If we break that cost down into monthly savings amounts, we can just save every month a small amount, and that soon starts to build up into a larger amount. And we want to encourage people to get help with problems when they arise, rather than bottling them all up and trying to deal with them themselves. You all work with community organisations and with people within the community, and people may come to you for help. The reason they may do that is sometimes it's easier to talk to somebody who's a little bit more remote from them. They trust you because they've maybe got to meet you on a regular basis, but it's a little easier to talk to you than it is to talk to a family member or a friend. So what can you do and what shouldn't you do? Please do take time to listen to people's concerns. It may be the first time that they've spoken to anybody about this, and it may have taken a lot of time and courage to be able to talk about it for the first time. So a good listener is a really good thing to be. Give them information on any local community initiatives which may help, things like warm spaces, uniform swaps, local pantries. Encourage them to take information leaflets or write down website details where they can go for help. Give them directions to organisations that can give specialist advice and help. So if people need advice on gambling awareness, maybe they have got involved with a loan shark or they have got problem debt, give them advice on where they can go to help. We have advice on our website. We've got a financial wellbeing website which gives details of all of the organisations that could help them. I know also that the food banks have these type of leaflets, and many of our local libraries and warm spaces and community centres will also have posters up about different organisations that can help. Ensure that when they leave you, they have information to hand, telephone numbers, website details of where they can go to get this help, so that they can put them on the path to getting it sorted. It's very easy to get drawn into people saying, well, what would you do? How would you deal with it? And that's what you need to steer away from. You can't solve their problems, and that's not what you're there for. You're there to provide a community support organisation, maybe, or community help. You're not there to give specific advice on things like debt, on gambling, on loan sharks. So don't get drawn into giving specific advice. If they say, what would you do? Say, well, I would go to a specialist who could help me. Give them advice on areas that you can help them with, like the local pantries and the warm spaces. But where it's out of your field, just ask them to go to a trained advisor. So, for example, if it's debt advice, then people like the Citizens Advice will be able to help them. If it's a gambling addiction, then there's an organisation called GamCare can help them. And then we've also got the organisation, the Illegal Money Lending Organisation, which will deal with any problems with loan sharks. There's lots of other organisations that can help, and we've got them all listed on our website. So where people need that help, direct them to somebody who is specialist in that area and who is qualified to be able to give that type of advice. What we want to do is strengthen financial resilience. And the government also has a service called the Money and Pensions Service. And there's lots of tools within that people can use. They're digital tools, and for some people that really works. We are in a digital age now, and it means you've got it at the touch of your fingertips. There's a budget planner, there's a money manager for universal credit claimants, and there's also a money navigator. There's also a government website which encourages people to have a look at that and see what things they are eligible for. So in this time of financial crisis, the government are giving help, and there's specific grants, there's rebates, there's bursaries, there's all sorts of things available to people. They need to go onto there and see what they're eligible and how that money will come to them and when it will come to them. And more importantly, if they're not getting it and they believe they are due to get it, then where they can go to get that sorted out. So what type of bank accounts are available with us at West Country Savings and Loans? We encourage people to save money. We also have bank accounts, and we also have loan accounts. So we have an online bank account where people can set up payments, they can make withdrawals, they can pay bills, and we also have a managed bank account which is available to some people who are not able to manage their own finances. We want to encourage people to save for the future. I've already mentioned just putting a small amount away every month can really build up into something that means they can achieve a goal that they want to save for. If they have no goal, then actually just having a rainy day fund is a really good idea. It means that when something does go wrong, you've got a pot of money to be able to draw on to help you with that. And even if it doesn't pay for the whole thing, it may pay something towards the problem that you have. So it may pay something towards a new cooker or a new washing machine. With our credit union, our members are the people who deposit money and have accounts with us. And most of our savings accounts, we actually pay an annual dividend. So I mentioned we're a not-for-profit organisation, so the profits we do make get paid back to our saving members in the form of dividends. Our Christmas savers and junior savers get paid interest rather than dividends on their accounts. And as I mentioned right back at the start, if you do deposit money with us, it's protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Sometimes people need to borrow money, and I know that that can be a tricky thing to think about. But if people borrow responsibly and they borrow from an ethical company who ensure that the debt is manageable and can be repaid, then borrowing money can enable people to get over an unexpected hiccup, or it can be for a really good thing. You know, people do borrow money for nice things like holidays, and they borrow money to buy a new car, which enables them to get to work or get jobs in another town. Sometimes people borrow money for a wedding or, you know, a one-off big occasion. So borrowing money can be a good thing as long as it's done responsibly and you've got the ability to repay the money within your financial situation. And that's something that our members of staff will check if you borrow money from us. So we offer affordable loans from £100 upwards. This is a really important thing to remember because many of the high street banks actually start their loans at £1,000 and we start at £100. So that enables people to borrow small amounts of money, and we ensure that they can repay it within their current situation. If, for example, they are able to repay the loan early, there's no early repayment fees and there's no arrangement fees. Sometimes we can't help everyone, and some people we will not be able to lend to because they don't have the ability to repay it, but they still need help. And so if that is the situation, we refer people to lots of organisations that we work with. So just a few of them are listed on here, but we do have a long list on our website, on our financial well-being page of our website. Some of the organisations we work with, the food banks, and we would encourage you to be able to refer people on to these type of organisations if they're asking for help which you aren't qualified to give. So Citizens Advice obviously is a great one to be able to go to. We've got the Armed Forces charity if people are past armed forces people, if they've been in the armed services. In Somerset, we're really lucky to be able to have the village agents and the talking cafes. For people who need specific help with gambling, we've got GamCare. We've got the illegal money lending team for anybody who has got involved with loan sharks. And we also work with Christians Against Poverty. And so there are many more listed on our website, so please go over and have a look. We know that when people are struggling with this type of worry, then going around lots of websites is difficult. They could inadvertently end up on websites of people that actually aren't good organisations to deal with. And we don't want people to get involved with bad money lenders or things like that. So we've got it all in one place, and this enables people to go to a place which they know will be able to provide good information. We've compiled a list of organisations offering free impartial advice that we know are good organisations to work with. And that's all over on our website, which is the financial wellbeing page of our website. A little bit more about us. As I've mentioned before, we are an ethical community bank, and we are a not-for-profit organisation. We typically do loans of about £350. That's 80% of our loan book starts at about £350, and they're often for household repairs, car repairs, household appliances and emergencies. Regrettably, as I said, we decline around 50% of our current loan applications. We actually lend our members money, so members who deposit money with us, we lend their money out to other people in the community, and as such we need to ensure that they are able to repay that loan. So if they are not, then we can't help them, unfortunately. If people want to borrow money from us, if they pop over to our website, they can see how much our interest rates are, and they can see what the repayments would be, and that will give them an idea as to whether it's something that is going to work for them. So we have embraced the digital age, and if anybody does want to bank with us, they can pop over to our website, they can download the Get Nevo app, and that's just like a WhatsApp app. They can talk to a member of staff by messaging them, they can upload their information, they can open their bank account, and it's all done instantaneously. Alternatively, they can send an email, or if they prefer to talk to a real person or they need some help because they're struggling with the apps or the website, then we have a member of staff in the office available from 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock Monday to Friday. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. It aims to help you understand where people can go for help. And that is the key thing, is to be able to put people in the right direction to get the help they need from the advisors that they do need. Sometimes that's specialist advice, and some things are best left to the specialists. So give them the right advice to go to the right people. Hopefully this information will help and have a positive impact on our communities and on the mental health and well-being of everybody within our communities. If you have any more questions or you'd like any more information about what you've heard today, please pop over to our website at www.westcountry.org.uk or give us a call or send us an email. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you found this presentation useful.